Good morning guys. We're back at it again with another video. I've been patiently waiting to be able to install our beautiful Viewrail staircase and the railing system that goes along with it. This thing is going to look amazing inside of this space here. And I've been planning this out with some extra little tricks up our sleeves to make this staircase truly become one of a kind for our house here. The staircase itself is going to be stunner, but we're going to take it up one extra little notch, maybe 2 notches, with some of the cool things that we're going to be doing with it. So stay tuned to the end. I'm going to break this up into 2 videos. So I'm just going to install the staircase and the treads in today's video, and then we'll work on the railing system in another video. But oh boy, this is going to be cool. I was able to get this steel stringer inside the house here by myself. It weighs quite a bit, but with some move-in dollies, we got it figured out. But you can just kind of see this is a heavy stringer. I don't know how many pounds it is, but I'd assume probably around 300 pounds for this guy here. So we got to get this prepped, ready, so that we can bring it back over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create kind of like a winch system up at the top so that we can lift it up into place quite easily and safely, as opposed to trying to do it by hand, which I can see a lot of things going wrong with trying to do it. So let's get going here with some of the prep that we have to do. One thing that is really cool about Viewrail, so you basically just give them your dimensions. So you're basically from your finished floor up to your subfloor, the amount of run that you can have with it, and they will go through and design the stringer and basically manufacture everything for you. And all you have to do is just install, which is awesome, because the manufacturing and the fabrication process for something like this is not something that most people are going to be able to do. So it's a really good option if you want something that is very unique and very high quality. They've got you guys covered, and their installation steps are very clear with photos and stuff. This is going to make this a whole lot easier on getting this installed and getting it done right. So you can see these are the drawings for our stairs here. You got basically all the drawings here, all the distances and all the different measurements that we got going on. And we're doing something pretty cool and custom with the treads here. So you'll see that towards the end of the video. And even here, they've got basically our entire stair system with all the different railings that we need, and everything is numbered and organized. And so that is going to make install so much easier. So I've got most of the parts here for the stair system prepped and ready. So we're ready to get going with it. We got the treads over there. Let's jump into it. Oh baby, we are jumping right into it. So I first found out about Viewrail through an Instagram ad, and just kind of saw a beautiful staircase, and I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. And then finding out further that it is a DIY project as well, but they also do have installation services as well. But for me, you guys know how OCD I can be about things, so it was a perfect match to get a beautiful staircase that I could install myself. So if you're following the Viewrail instructions at this point, you would be installing the stringer and connecting it to the floor into the header. Since I'm wiring the stringer up with quite a few wires, it made a lot of sense to attach the tread brackets on the ground and then go ahead, drill all my holes, run all of my wires, and get everything pretty well roughed in before we lift it into place. Alright guys, so I drilled these holes in every single tread back in the bracket here. So we're just running our fish tape through so that we can pull our wires down. And we need 1 wire for each tread for how this is going to work the way that we want. So we're just coming out the back of the stringer, or the top of the stringer right there. And then we will pull our wires using our poor man's racketeer. Let's do it. Now, when I purchased the staircase, Viewrail didn't have the option of adding LEDs to the treads, but they do have that option available now. So if you don't want to have to wire it up yourself, they do have that option available in a very nice and clean way of doing it, as I've spoken to the guy who is looking after that project for them. So now that I've got the stringer wired up, we can start lifting it up into place, and I've got to lift it up almost all the way, and then I've got to feed my wires back through a conduit that I put up into the ceiling, running back into the master closet, and that's where all the decoders and the power supply is for these lights. So I came up with a pretty simple winch system using a Harbor Freight winch and an extra 10-foot 6x6 that the framers bought by accident. I knew it would come in handy at some point. And so it's a big accomplishment getting this lifted into place and getting all of the wires run back through to the master closet area. So now with the stringer in place, I added one tread in the center and just made sure that the treads are going to be nice and level. If you have like an uneven floor or an uneven header, you can just use some shims to make sure that everything is going to be nice and level for you. So I had Viewrail router out this custom dado on the bottom of all the treads so that I could put our LED track in there, put our strip light in there and cover it up, and it came out looking real nice. So for each of the treads, I had to take the wire from the stringer and solder it to the LED strip. And then I can just put the strip channel on top of that, flip the tread onto the bracket there, and then just tighten it down with the screws that they provide. The nice thing about working with a stair company like this is if this was to be fabricated on site, you're mixing a lot of different trades. You've got metalworking, you've got woodworking. So just to have one company that can kind of take care of everything for you and just have it delivered right to your door, amazing. So good. One thing that I want you guys to note is the excessive use of blankets and protection that I use when I'm doing finishing like this. This is a premium product, so you want to take as much care with it as you can. So using blankets, get some moving blankets from Harbor Freight. It just makes it a lot easier just to protect the work that you've already done, and just make sure that you don't damage it by putting a scrape or a ding in it, or from somebody else coming along and damaging it. Now the installation of the staircase went nice and smooth. It was actually a lot easier than I thought. The hardest part for me was just trying to figure out how to lift the stringer into place and just making sure that all the LED strips and lights were going to work properly with the system. And now that we've got it all finished, let's turn it on and see how it looks. What a stunner. I love it. Man, oh man, it turned out so good. Love these stairs. Now, did they have to light up in sequential order? No, they didn't. But guess what? They do. Awesome, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. Talk to you soon. Peace.